potato. Hello, potato. Hello, potato.
Hello, potato.
Hello, potato.
Hello, potato.
Hello, potato. Hello, potato. Hello, potato.
Hello, potato. Have you seen any pork-filled chimichangas anywhere?
Hello, potato, and welcome to SacAnime Winter 2023. We are downtown at the Safe Credit Union. It is day one of the convention, and the doors should have just opened a little bit ago. We wanted to just kind of let them have a chance to get that initial line down before we head in ourselves. Day one usually is a pretty quiet day. A lot of people are still at work. A lot of people are still traveling. You can see there's a few people down there, but of course tomorrow there will be a lot more cosplayers. Probably. The weather this weekend is supposed to be like just really, really wretched. It's been storming all week long, and it's expected to be storming all weekend long, but just now, just at this moment, as you can see, the skies aren't too bad. It's a little windy, it's a little cool, but the weather is probably as nice as it's going to be all weekend long. But yeah, we're here. We've got our wristbands. There was no day zero panel, so that's why there's nothing from that at all. We didn't do anything for day zero. So let's go head on inside and check out the vendors room. There's not a lot to do on Fridays usually. There's a few panels. It looks like we're not having any fan panels again this time. I didn't see any listing for viewing room, so we're still kind of in the COVID era of events. But there are some big panels. I think there's only like one today that might be interesting, but of course I can't record those anyways, so we won't be doing anything in there anyhow. But yeah, let's go check out the vendors room and maybe see if we can find some interesting cosplayers. There may not be a lot of cosplayers this weekend because of the weather, so let's go see who we can find. Let's go. Here we have our first sighting of the hot dog trolleys. They do tend to spawn in large quantities as the convention progresses. And then over here by the, oh yes, there's a whole bunch of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So a total of 8 at the moment. No, 9. There's 9. It's a lot of hot dog carts, but I guess, yeah, you gotta get the hot dog selling while the weather is still holding. And then over by the entrance here, we do have, of course, Drewskis. We have traditional Drewskis and Drewskis chicken. And they seem to put a more permanent fence around that giant pink stone that was has been getting abused since they put it in. Over here at the door, the line is down. So wristbands up, and let's head inside. Well, that's new. Looks like we have a boba tea stand up there on the upper floor. I'll have to check that out later on. Huh, the door that's usually open to go into the vendor's hall is closed, and instead they've opened the exit door to go in. I guess because you've already shown your wristband to get in here, they don't need to worry about monitoring at the door. So yeah, let's head in the exhibitor room. Well, this is the first they actually have signs over the aisles so you can keep track of what aisle is what. Yep, this is probably the nicest it's going to get in here. It's not super crowded yet. Tomorrow will, I'm sure, be a lot worse unless the weather turns out the way it's supposed to be and people just don't come at all. But yeah, let's look around. I see the Kimchi Kawaii booth, which of course she doesn't generally want filming there, so we won't record that. But we will go check that out. That is usually our first stop. Hello, potato. Never had a feeling.
Oh yeah.
All the prop weapons and still no shovel. Got a frying pan, but still no shovels.
Those are cool. Those come with two straps. They come with one hand strap. And so whatever happens,
So everybody died, he died.
Whenever you're ready, just go ahead and take a picture of the ones you want, and we'll start out that way.
That's all the ones that are.
I watched the new Buzz Lightyear movie. I bought the
No, no dopey. on a mission. Mission, huh?
Okay, so we finished our first go through of the vendors hall. We have it in Artist Alley, but I don't record in Artist Alley anyway, so that's not a missing thing from the video. And it took us about a couple hours. So now we're gonna try and find something to eat. Of course, there's a few options. There's Osaka sushi, there's the upper crust. We can see if they're doing the SacAnime menu at the Sheraton yet. Or of course, there's always Drewski's. But yeah, we're gonna head out and try to find something to refuel with. So we've decided to try the SacAnime menu, and there's not a like 20-person deep line this time, so that's a good sign. The menu is out on the table, so that's also a good sign, and it's in like little blocks of lucite this time, also a good sign. So let's see how we fare this time. Okay, so we're in the Pacific Market bar, or at least in the area off to the side of it, and we have so far having a much better experience than we did at the summer show. We got our food in less than an hour. We've got napkins and silverware, and yeah, so far it has been a much better experience than last time. Also, they had cocktails this time, and I picked up the Demon Slayer, which the server described as tasting like a watermelon Jolly Rancher. So that's, you know, for better or worse. Jolly Ranchers are fine. Watermelon, not my favorite flavor, but I thought we'd give it a try. But our food has come out, and again, like in 10 minutes, which is a much more reasonable amount of time. So let's see what it looks like. Now, we did order the exact... That was loud. We did order the exact same things we ordered last time. My wife got the Halo Moa burger, which is a brioche bun hamburger, American cheese, lettuce, red onions, which will be being removed, $1,000 dressing, which has already been removed, and then fries and looks like ketchup for dipping. I got the Sonic's chili dogs, beef hot dogs, nacho cheese, chili, served with fries, and again, a little pouch of ketchup. So, I mean, I suppose I can try them, because also silverware, so I can actually not get my hands coated in chili. And even if I do, I actually have a napkin, so I can wipe them. I don't need to like dig through my bag looking for old like state fair ones. So yeah, let's do a hot dog, a bit of the hot dog first. I'm trying to figure out which hand to hold the utensil thing, because I'm going at it from a weird angle. Now, I know that some people may have an issue with eating a chili dog with a knife and a fork, but the best chili dogs do need a knife and a fork. Let's get a little chili. I do think we've been a little less generous with the chili this time around. No less messy, just maybe less chili. Got a little cheese, got some chili, got some bread. Let's try it out. Yeah, it's a chili dog. Arguably, I would argue it could use some more chili. To be honest, it could use more chili, but for $10, I'm not going to complain. I guess I will steal a little bite of my wife's burger, just as she wanted it in the video, so I gotta eat some of it, right? Just a little bit, not even a full bite worth. Let's try it, see what the burger's like. Surprisingly, it's very much like a burger. All right, so here's the mystery thing. The Demon Slayer cocktail. They also had a Windbender cocktail, but I figured I enjoyed Demon Slayer more than Avatar, so we would try this. Cheers. Yeah, I get the watermelon. I don't know exactly what's in it. When I asked, all they told me was it tastes like a watermelon Jolly Rancher. And I'm going to say, yeah. I mean, you can taste the alcohol in it, but watermelon Jolly Rancher isn't actually is a very accurate taste description, whatever the word I'm looking for is. But yeah, much better experience this time. Definitely recommend giving it a try. If they're doing it again for the next SacAnime, obviously, if you're seeing this SacAnime is over. But now we're going to eat our food before it gets cold, and then we'll head back out and look at more stuff.
Come on in, you're good. Come on in, guys. Thank you. Come on in.
So I think we're going to go check out the Why Not Boba booth up there on the second floor and see what that's all about. Plus it gives us a chance to go up the escalator and get that shot of people riding down the escalator at us. And their dogs. So it's pretty empty up here today. Tomorrow it'll be a lot busier up here, I'm sure. But here we have tabletop gaming, collectible card games, and I think that there is a panel room. Here is a first time at SacAnime. We have a boba booth, which I guess you can't mobile order right now. They have that blocked off, but they have brown sugar milk tea, which I'm guessing is what we're going to get. Passion fruit green, strawberry green, mango green. I'll be honest, brown sugar is where I would go, even if it was just fully up to me. And you can add in brown sugar boba, lychee jelly. I'm guessing we're getting the brown sugar boba, since this will usually make it home. And a mango popping boba. It's a fairly fairly simplified menu, but again, it's the first time they've had boba here. I wish they'd bring back, I do miss the booth that sold takoyaki. I know I can theoretically get it in the mall, but I never go to Quickly. And this is about the most I ever got takoyaki. Well, I guess KP, I get KP too, but usually I get the odenguk and the tteokbokki there, so I don't get the takoyaki. Why not boba? I wish I could do a Zoidberg voice, because why not boba? That doesn't work. So let's spear the straw through this and give it a try. You probably want to shake it first, yes. Want me to shake it? So this little thing sticking outside makes it a little bit harder to hold. Otherwise it needs to be. I don't feel comfortable shaking it really wildly.
Turn it upside down.
I'm being told to turn it upside down. I feel like I'm setting up one of those videos, those like fail collections where someone does that and it goes all over the floor, all over their pants. But it seems like we're okay. Alright, I think it's reasonable. It's kind of stuck to the side, but I think we're reasonably well done up there. I'm going to hand it back. And we will run a straw into it and give it a try. Alright. Very strong on the brown sugar. Good strong tea flavor. Yeah, I approve. That's a. It's different than when we make it home, because at home we make it with Earl Grey, and this is probably more just like a standard black tea than specifically an Earl Grey tea. So it does taste different, but it's not overly sweet. The tea flavor's got a really good flavor to it. Definitely approve. And you know, it's nice to have something that's an alternative to just always going to Starbucks. Also, the line's a lot shorter than Starbucks, and it's only a couple dollars more than, you know, a Starbucks sugar bomb. So I think we're going to call it quits a little early today. It's just the first day. Money supplies are running low for the day. We've eaten, we've seen everything one time through. Didn't do any panels today. Oh, and I did say at the beginning of this video, I believe that there were no fan panels. I was wrong. There are actually 3 fan panel rooms. Looking through the list, though, there aren't any fan panels I'm interested in, but there are fan panels back. So that is nice. They have returned. It'd just be nice if there were some more of the more substantive ones that I've enjoyed in the past, like WYSIWYG Visions and 5th Gen Not Pokemon. But it's still nice that they're back. There does still appear to be no viewing room, though, so that is still sadly missing. But yeah, we'll wrap up the first day here, and we'll be back tomorrow for day number 2. And hopefully this weather hopefully will hold. I don't expect it will, but I hope it does. Hello, Potato, and welcome to day 2 of SacAnime Winter 2023. And so far, the weather has still held. As you can see, it's a little darker today, though. We probably won't make it all the way through today without the storms hitting us. But for now, it's a little breezy, a little chilly, but still dry. So before we head on to the show, let's talk for a moment about parking. If you are familiar with the area, then you'll probably recognize what parking structure I'm standing on. And so last time at the summer show, they kind of totally screwed up the parking by, on day 2, taking cash only, no credit card, by making it a prepay lot instead of an hourly lot, which is what this lot is designed to be. They have convention parking fees, which honestly is a little lower than the fee if you're spending the whole like $30 anyways. But they had credit only, and then the second day the third day on day 3, they had sorted it out. This year, yesterday and today, they have taken cash and credit, so that's a plus, but they've only had one of the 2 driveways open, meaning cars are coming in from across, making left turns across in and right turns into it, and having to kind of zipper, and it's not working because cars are backing up into the intersections on both ends of the block. And people are just kind of jerky when it comes to how they drive around here. So it's not working great. Yeah, it would be nice if they could sort that out, because this is like the best parking structure to be in. It's right by the Sheraton, it's right by the convention center. It's the most convenient one. Also, another tip for day 2 of a big popular convention, maybe don't bring that thing out into the parking garage and kind of block the road. I'm sure whatever they're doing is important, but one, it's going to start storming. I can't imagine they're going to want to be up on that thing in the wind and the rain. And 2, it's Saturday. Give these people a weekend. All right, that's probably enough ranting. Yeah, parking's a bit of a mess, but we're in now. So let's head on inside. Look at the vendor hall. There is a panel I want to go to. There's a Death Note panel I want to check out around 12:30. But we got a little bit of time before that, so let's go see if we can find some interesting things, maybe some interesting cosplayers before the weather goes completely sour on us.
situation.
There is to be no dancing, playing, or relaxing on the Performing Arts Center steps this time. They're literally gatekeeping.
different. And then we like go back inside. And then
if the little brother was about to cry. Yeah.
You know, I think in the last SacAnime video, I wondered what had happened to the tables and chairs that were over by the Starbucks area. And now I know they've moved over here to the other side of the building. What used to be like the front for the convention, yeah, they're over here now. So that's, I don't know if that qualifies as interesting, but it's a thing. And hey, good news. The storm still has not hit. While we were in the Death Note panel, it sounded like the rain was coming down really hard on the roof, but I guess it was just the air conditioning after all. Now let's wander around a bit more.
Look, one shot before we get the end of it. Oh, yeah.
wait a second.
Mommy's right here.
go in that way. That is an exit. We have to go in this way.
Between Drewski's and all the hot dog carts, it smells like the fair out here. We have a lot of police presence, I think mostly to make sure nobody dares sit or dance on the steps of the Performing Arts Center. No art performances allowed there today. So here's a tip if you come to SacAnime and you don't want to wait in the big long line for the convention center Starbucks. There is one a couple blocks down. They're open till 4 p.m. apparently today. But it's a little bit of a walk. The weather's okay. It's doing it. Because the line is a lot shorter. It'll be faster to walk here than it will be to wait in the one at the convention center. So here we are at the end of day 2. The weather has held out, although those clouds do look mighty threatening. But yep, it's been a good day. Wallet's empty again, so I've got to go refill that and come on back tomorrow for day number... Someone's food is ready. And then come back tomorrow for day number 3. So I will see you shortly on a whole new day. Hello, Potato, and welcome to SacAnime Day 3 of 3. It's the last day. It's the quieter day. I don't know if I really shot it that well in the other videos, but or other days. The parking lot's not as full as it has been. That storm that I have been like worrying about all weekend did finally hit like about an hour after we left last night, and it was quite bad. And I guess by the time this video comes out, we're expected to have 2 or 3 more storms quite like that. But it looks like there wasn't any damage down here. None that I've seen anyway. The trees are all still here. And as you can see, life continues as normal. The Safe Credit Union Convention Center does appear to have been safe during the storm. So it's the last day, which means we do need to get our passes for next time. And I did find one fan panel that I found, or at least it sounds kind of interesting to me, and that is a retrospective on Tamagotchis and digital pets. So we're going to get our passes for next time and then head over to that panel, and then I guess we'll see if we can find some more cool cosplayers and give some last times around the vendors hall before we say goodbye to SacAnime for another season. Although the SacAnime Spring coming up in April, so at least it's not the big 8-month wait that it used to be between winter and summer. But yeah, let's head on inside and get our passes for the summer show. Okay, so we've got our passes for the summer show. I guess you could pre-order for the spring show as well, but I don't know if we'll go all 3 days to that. So I didn't want to get a full pass for that just yet. I'll have to check to see if that's falling on Easter again or not, because they usually, for some reason, run that on Easter weekend. We have our passes for next time for summer. And so now, I think we're going to head on over to panel room 1 for the Tamagotchi panel.
Is K-pop today and solo singers. It's both.
Are you sure about that?
Okay, now that you know, make your bet. It's solo singers. Here it is. You'll have 2 minute and a half. Debuting in 2008, the solo singer became mainstream in 2010 and is still today. She has the, can't say the name, effect. Her MV collabs with other artists instantly make them a smash hit. The singer is also known for acting, as many newer fans only know her from her acting roles. She's also known to have donated a lot, over 4 billion won in donations. Okay, you have 90 seconds. Okay, let's begin. Team Kimchi, show me your answer. IU, let us win. How much did you wager?
All of it.
IU and let us win. That's correct. Moving on to the next one. Who's the next team? Like that's lowest. I can't see. Sorry, that was. Who's your bias? Go ahead. IU. Correct. You went with your initial gut. That's correct. And with 3 stars. Interesting. And 6,000 points. So, yeah. Was it that tricky? Next group. Team Ditto. IU. How much? Why is everyone going all in? Damn, all in. Looks like it. Okay, all in. Team Ditto seems to be in the lead so far. With, is it 14,400? Okay, and then Her Highness, what do you have? IU. And how much do you wager?
4,100.
4,100. They played it safe. Wow. Team Ditto, congratulations. You won. It was a hard-fought battle of other K-pop connoisseurs.
Do you know what they call rain when it doesn't hit the ground? It missed. Did you hear about the guy who lost all of his left side?
He's all right now.
Exactly! Do you know the philosopher that can carry the most things? Descartes.
Okay, did anyone know that Garfield was born in an Italian restaurant?
Yeah. I did.
Yeah.
And he's named after Jim Davis's grandfather?
Trivia? I love trivia.
I love Garf.
What's your guys' favorite model of Tamagotchi?
I know if they started this channel.
I only have like the theme 3.
Tamagotchi P? Oh my gosh. Me too. That's my favorite also. I totally know. I have one and the batteries died and I stopped playing with it. I'm sorry.
Okay, so the Tamagotchi first came out in the mid-90s. It was marketed as a unisex toy at first, but quickly became very well beloved between the, I would say, 9 to 15 age range amongst boys primarily. I'm sorry that this isn't the most well thought out. I was not planning on having to give this presentation without an actual Thank you. So, let me see if I can.
Love the sound.
Yeah, good noises. So, this is the Hello Kitty version. It's a smartwatch. Something that a lot of collectors right now are complaining about this model is that the wristband that it comes with is very small because Tamagotchis are still being actively marketed towards children, even though the most vibrant part of the community is full of adults. It's mainly adults actually. There's a big Tamagotchi community on Discord, on Reddit.
What is the best model to start with that could be relatively cheaper?
Okay, relatively cheaper. So right now, Bandai, which is the company that made Tamagotchi, they are doing reshowings of the first and second generation, so Gen 1, Gen 2. Those are really good. I would recommend staying away from the Nano.
Have you ever tried any of the other virtual pet brands, like the Gigapets, the Digimon ones, or?
Out of morbid curiosity, yes. Would I recommend them? No. They're not good. Wow, I cannot believe that they denied my application for the Tamagotchi panel and then made one and then the people did not show up. That's crazy. I was gonna make a little PowerPoint and I was gonna do trivia. I don't remember any of the trivia questions I was going to do.
We don't even have a computer to hook up.
I know we don't even have a computer to hook up.
Start a riot! I want my Tamagotchi to kill someone else's Tamagotchi.
Well, I think you would like the Tamagotchi Devil. They're kind of hard to come by, but they're little punks. They'll throw off fireworks in the middle of the night and wake you up. They adhere to no schedule. They will go to sleep when they want. They will wake up when they want, which oftentimes means in the middle of the night. They will be loud. They will be boisterous. They will play tricks on you. They're a pain to take care of, which makes them cute. My Instagram handle is lilac scented. all lowercase, all one word. Lilac is in the flower, scented is in the smell. The smell, yes.
So the Tamagotchi panel was not exactly what I was expecting, in that the person who was running it didn't show up. I don't know, weather related, they flaked, what happened, but they weren't there. Luckily, there happened to be somebody else in the audience who had planned to do their own Tamagotchi panel, but had been turned down by SacAnime, and so they just kind of improv the panel for us, which was still interesting. Well, after that, I think it's a good time to go get something to eat. So let's go find some lunch for today.
Oh, I'll let her get her picture first. Even one that you don't want.
Oh yeah. Wait, did they get a song?
So for lunch, we have gone to the Upper Crust Pizza. That is one of our kind of go-tos here for food, because when it comes to convention food, a lot of it comes down to value for money. And while this meal probably wasn't any cheaper than the meal at the Sheraton, which included an alcoholic beverage, this is all you can eat. So, I mean, you do get some value for money from there. And so we've got some pepperoni pizza. Got ourselves a nice little salad here. Got ourselves a fizzy beverage. I'm not sure actually if that's root beer or Mr. Pibb. I don't know which one my wife took. Now, if I had any complaints about here, well, it would be that the pizza on the buffet does tend to go very quickly, and half of it is ones that I just don't eat. And the other, of course, that it is quite greasy. You can see the little puddles of grease there, but you fix that. I had judicious application of Parmesan cheese, just like they do at Jim Boy's Tacos, to soak up some of that grease. Add a little extra cheese. Before heading back into the vendors hall, we decided to go the other direction and walk to the Starbucks that's about 2 blocks away from the convention center and does not have a 45-minute long wait. And this time I did pick up, I never buy Starbucks sugar bombs, because one, I go to the coffee shop to get coffee, not milkshakes, and two, this little grande thing here costs like $8, like $7.56, and it is the Misa's Waffle Crunch. Of course, reference to Misa from Death Note. They had Death Note themed drinks. They had this, and they had one themed after L, which I'm guessing is strawberry, and I'm not a huge fan of strawberry. Now, what this actually is a mocha cookie frap where they've, I guess, substituted in dark caramel sauce, extra caramel drizzle, and then it's dark. I don't know what that exactly means, but it's a cookie frap. I'm not sure where the waffle comes in, because it looks kind of like more like Oreo style cookie to me, but hey, let's give it a try. It's actually got a surprisingly good strong coffee flavor, very strong, almost bitter, and very strong caramel too. And maybe that's where some of that almost bitterness is coming from, is if it's like some sort of a dark caramel sauce. I have never heard of there being a distinction between caramel and like dark caramel, but I would imagine if you overcooked caramel, it would become dark. So I can see how that would be a thing. But it's actually much more coffee flavor than I would have expected it to be. For being, I mean, it's even called a shake, not even, it's not even like pretending to be a coffee drink. It's called a shake. It's literally a shake. But no, surprisingly good. $8 good? But I mean, it's Starbucks. you know what you're getting into when you buy a sugar bomb at Starbucks. All right, now let's really head back to the vendor's hall.
When they become oil, they actually look like not like a loving.
I literally turned around because I had working internet at that time.
Young based and proud, you have a shield. Push your wish through, Captain. Got it. If you guys have any questions, we can
Ladies and gentlemen, I am sad to report that you are now in the last hour of SacAnime Winter 2023. It is the last hour we are together here, so make the most of it. Go hug your favorite dealer, go spend money with them, tell them how much you love them, go talk to the Ricks over here and hug them and tell them how much you love them being here. Go have some fun, don't tear anything down. But during your last hour here at SacAnime, thank you so much, and we will see you soon.
And as the sun sets and the clouds darken, we're gonna call it quits for SacAnime Winter 2023. Good time. I will probably have some more thoughts about it once we are back in the relative safety of the void space. We are expecting to get another big storm tonight, so that'll of course all be hopefully done and passed before this video actually releases in about a week from when I'm recording it. So let's finish things up and head on out back to the void space and go over exactly how much money we spent on things we didn't need while we were here. So let's head back to the void space after probably enough of this mute song playing to get a copyright claim. It is your last chance for hot dogs. We have to make it through the hot dog gauntlet.
Three? Five?
And wristbands down. We are back now from SacAnime and in the safety of the void space to do the haul portion of the video. And I feel like I always preface these parts out with saying we tried to buy less stuff, but reality is, try as we might, we do generally fail. Although I will say this time we did get no Funko Pops. We got no plush. We didn't get any Figma or Revoltech. Largely because the figure I saw that I wanted, one booth was charging like 120 bucks for it, and the other was charging $5 less than Amazon is charging for the deluxe version of the figure. So, you know, I want to support the small businesses, but I mean, that's why wouldn't I spend $5 more and get the deluxe version? I also didn't buy any Star Wars figures, but I did buy figures. Ironically, ones that are, of course, in no way themed to anime. But otherwise, I think we hit our normal things. We got pins, we got games, we got shirts, and of course, we got where we'll start, which is art. Now, we did only buy this one single piece of art. We didn't buy multiple things this time, despite there being some artists we've seen before that we do quite like. This is one I don't think we've ever bought anything from her before. This was, I believe, Jackie Archer. I say I believe because the signature is very stylized. And unlike a lot of Artist Alley artists, she didn't have like a business card or anything that she was putting in with the pictures. Indeed, she didn't even have like a protective sleeve or anything for it, which is kind of the standard thing there. But my wife saw this one, she liked it. Of course, you know, got this sort of Studio Ghibli Star Wars mashup with Ahsoka and Grogu in very Ghibli style, and some Soot Sprites. And how can you say no to Soot Sprites? Soot Sprites come as a close second, I think at least, to No Face. But yeah, it's very nice. It's a lot of open space in the picture, but I feel like that works for it. I feel like if you gave a background there, it would just be a little too busy. It's kind of just nice and simple, and it's very cute. And there shouldn't be any video of her in the actual video because it's an Artist Alley, and I generally try not to record in Artist Alley. It's getting harder and harder to record in there just because there's so many artists now spread through the just normal vendors area, and I do try to avoid like featuring their art in the video, but it's like I said, it's getting harder and harder to do it. But I guess if you've got to this point in this video, you've already seen how successful I was or wasn't at editing around them. So I suppose normally I think before we get into the stuff, I usually give some final thoughts on the show, don't I? So day 3, definitely less busy than I'm used to seeing. I think that big storm Saturday night may have kept some people away, or perhaps people who were there from away decided that they would head home a little bit early just while there's that break in the storm. Of course, the storm held off until after the show ended, but I can see why if you're driving from distance, you may not have wanted to take that risk. I was happy to see the return of the fan panels. I wish there were more that were kind of on a theme. I know it depends on people volunteering to do that. I know SacAnime doesn't compensate those people. It's something they have to volunteer to do on their own time. And I just got so used to a few really good ones that would come fairly regularly that the lack of them is something I still miss. I kind of almost enjoy those more than the voice actor panels, just because I've seen a lot of these voice actors before. The fact that we had Death Note there was cool. Obviously, I couldn't video in that, but you can probably find video of it online. They were recording it, so I'm sure that video has gone somewhere. But apparently, this was like the first time they have all done a con together, so that was neat. Also, just, it's nice to see something that I've actually watched. I mean, there's a lot of current stuff that I'm not up on, so it was nice to see, a classic like Death Note get some representation. But yeah, we did go to the one fan panel that was not ultimately just people shipping fantasy for their favorite characters, which is fine. I'm not judging, it's just not my thing. And unfortunately, that would be the Tamagotchi panel, where the people who had organized it didn't show up. But the woman who covered for them, who just kind of like went up to the table and took over, because she actually had wanted to do her own Tamagotchi panel and it had been rejected by SacAnime, I think did a really good job for somebody who was just kind of winging it. It was a good experience after all. And if you're interested in her, she said that her Instagram is lilac scented, lilac like the flower, scented like the odor. But yeah, I think she did a good job. I would love to have seen what she would have done if she'd had preparation, because she said she wanted to do like a PowerPoint presentation and stuff. I would have been interested to see what that would have been like. And there's probably a couple minutes of that earlier in the video from the day 3 part of it. Overall, parking was not a nightmare, but for the amount of money they're raking in at $25 per person, you'd think they could open both driveways and make it run a little bit more smoothly. I'm frankly amazed the police don't have an issue with the traffic snarl they cause by how slow people have to enter it, because we can't just take tickets and pay the hourly rate and they won't open both things. They had 2 people standing at the driveway to collect from 2 cars at one time, but that doesn't really work if either car is complicated. You had 2 people just open both driveways. Then you could have people turning in from the left use one driveway, and people turning in from the right use the other driveway, and it would make it all move a lot more smoothly. But still, it is the most convenient parking space, so it is probably the one I will continue to use unless it reaches like a real level of just user unfriendliness. But it was a good show. The storm didn't really seem to affect the show. I'm sure there were some empty tables in Artist Alley on both Friday and Sunday, and I'm guessing that's just because of travel and the storms. And but overall, a good show. A lot of booths I'm used to seeing that weren't there, but that's kind of become the norm since 2020. There's a lot of people who just maybe they grew out of it, maybe they just it didn't work out as a business for them. But yeah, there's a lot of people we're used to seeing that we don't see anymore. But especially with the artists, we do have some of their art, and that's nice. All right, I think that's enough ruminating. Back to the merchandise, and we're gonna stick with I think small stuff for the moment. Oh, so first of all, we have a sticker here from Why Not Boba. They were perfectly fine. Alternative to going to Starbucks. Although definitely, if I like that the Starbucks we did go to was staying open later on Saturday and Sunday this year. Normally they close really early, and I think obviously somebody finally realized that, wow, we're losing a lot of money by not being open. Now, that said, they weren't that busy either time we went in there. They were busy, but not like line out the door busy, which I have seen in there before. But it is so much more worth it to walk the literal 2 blocks to that Starbucks than to wait in line for 45 minutes to an hour to go to the one in the convention center. It was a much better experience. It wasn't like bucketing down rain or anything at that point. Definitely a thing that I will continue to do, and I hope that next time around they're open later on the weekend again, so we can continue to do that. All right, but yeah, the Why Not Boba was perfectly fine. Nice little boba shop. Maybe a little expensive. Like I think it was like $8, which normally boba at the mall's a little less than that. Just a little, but it was good. And again, it was a good alternative to just normal Starbucks, which is kind of what you have there. Next, let's stick with small things. These are more of my wife's items. She picked up a couple, like, badge holders from Disney, of course. These were, I believe, 10 each, which is a better price than they sold for originally. I think this one actually may be like box lunch. That tag looks like a box lunch tag, or maybe a Hot Topic tag. But I know this one is Disney Parks, because if you've watched this channel, this may look very familiar to you. And there's a reason it looks very familiar to you, and that's because she got me one of my own last year. Yep, it is the same one. However, she got hers for $10, as where mine was the sticker price of $20. So, good deal there. Does identify, of course, as the ghost host from Regions Beyond, in the kind of a style of the Disney cast member badges. But nice and a good deal. And the woman who sold us these actually recognized us because we're regulars and she's a regular. And she actually said she saw us while we were in Disneyland last month. And it's funny because she remembers us because we used to go to these movie screenings all the time. That they were like preview screenings you could get into if you're like quick and lucky. And we would see her at them on a fairly regular basis. But what she doesn't remember, she remembers us from them. But what she doesn't remember is that we also remember her from when we worked at KB Toys, and she was a fairly regular customer. So that's interesting. Just every time you go to Disneyland, you always run into somebody you know. Yeah, this is from the 65th anniversary a couple years ago. I'm guessing, I don't know, maybe it didn't sell or resell at full price. So my wife got it for a bit of a deal. And then the Haunted Mansion one, I think you actually can still get this at the park, maybe on Shop Disney. I know my wife got mine on Shop Disney, but I think they may sell it at the park too. All right, moving on, sticking to the smaller items. Now, of course, if you're concerned about such things, yes, I do have a mystery bag to open at the end. I have not peeked into it to see what it is yet, but we do have one. So that will be the last thing we do in this video. But next we'll do pins. So of course, my first stop, whenever we go to SacAnime, or at least SacAnime where she's at, is the Kimchi Kawaii booth. Now, she didn't have any new plush this year. We have everything she has on offer, or at least we have them on Kickstarter. I think there's some stuff we're waiting for from her most recent Kickstarter, but she was doing a little bit of a clearance thing on some of the older plastic pins. She doesn't make these anymore, and they're, I think, largely designs that she doesn't use anymore. So they're like 3 for $10, so I picked up some of them. We have the eggplant, that hopefully is in focus. I picked up the catalog. See, they're puns. And I picked up, at my wife's choice, the Pearl Gray Kitty, which we have the teapot version. She hasn't made a plush of this yet. I don't know if, might be hard to make a plush of a cup full of tea. But the main reason I went to her booth was because Kimchi Kawaii is celebrating 15 years of her art. And for that, she's created some convention exclusive pins for locations of conventions she regularly goes to, Sacramento being the first one of the year. So we picked up the convention exclusive Sacramento pin. We have the bridge there, very, very shiny. So Sacramento has her little mascot Rory, celebrating Kimchi Kawaii 15 years of cute. So yeah, I had to pick that up. She also had, I think in her last Kickstarter, there was also a 15th anniversary pin exclusive to the Kickstarter that I've ordered as well, but we'll see that when it gets here, when the last Kickstarter worth of stuff shows up. It's very shiny, very heavy, and she's going to be doing these, I guess, for a number of the cities that she does conventions regularly in, and then sell them only at those conventions. She said if she has any left over at the end of the year, she might put them online, but for now, if you want to get the convention pins, you have to see her at the convention. So I don't know if she'll still have these come the summer show or not. She doesn't usually do the spring show, so I'm guessing we won't see her there. But yeah, if you missed out on your chance to get one this time, hit the summer show and see if you can get one from her, or I guess just keep an eye on her website and see if she puts any leftovers on sale come the end of the year. But those aren't the only pins we picked up. Didn't pick up a lot of pins, but picked up a couple more. We went to a booth called Lucky Cat Sticker. Sorry, the Lucky Cat Sticker. Joe Lucky Cat Sticker? I don't know, but it's Lucky Cat Sticker on SF, or on Etsy, and luckycatsticker.sf on Instagram. And yeah, I collect Mickey Echoes. She actually had 4 different ones. They were 2 for $20, so I picked up a couple of them. Picked up the black cat and the little gray cat. Yeah, I mean, I need all the luck I can get. So, and you don't really see that many Maneki Nekos around, at least in my experience. Maybe you do. I don't know. I don't see them. So I tend to buy them when I do. Next, let's move into shirts. We went to the Shark Robot booth on day 3 and picked out a couple shirts. They were like 2 for $30. And I like Shark Robot because they actually carry shirts in my size for like all their designs. A lot of other ones like T-Turtle and just, the kind of random shirt booths tend to stop one size less. I mean, a size I can fit into generally, but I'm much more comfortable in the larger size. I prefer my clothes to be a little baggy. But we each picked out a shirt. My wife picked out this one's mine, sorry. Samurai Chill Hop is what this one was called. It's a Samurai Champloo shirt. You don't see Samurai Champloo stuff, but it's not one of those shows that was really, really, I think, big at the time, and then just kind of faded away unless, you're somebody who was a fan of it. And I was a fan of it. It was a show that I remember originally that opening theme didn't work for me, but it grew on me really quickly. I guess once the show grew on me, the theme grew on me. Yep, it's Mugen and Jigen. That's not their names. See, I'm a real fan because I can't remember their names. Mugen and Jin, not Jigen. Jin. Jigen's from Lupin. Mugen and Jin. That's who they are. Just kind of a nice sort of not neon, obviously, but I don't know how to describe that, but very pink. Which is, not a color I would normally wear, but I feel like if you're wearing 2 badass samurai, you can get away with pink as a guy. And my wife picked out the, what'd they call this one? Like Lucky Panther, I think is what it was called, something like that. But it's obviously a little Black Panther tribute shirt. I can't remember the proper name of it now. It's like something like Lucky Panther. Maybe it was in the video. If it was in there, maybe I will... No, why would I point that out? I'm sure it'll probably be in the video somewhere. You can pause or you can go back and pause and see what the name of it was. I feel like Lucky Panther or Happy Panther or something like that. It's a cute little name. They always have neat shirts there. I've got a number of them now. But now we're speaking of shirts and places that don't sell the shirts in the sizes that I generally am most comfortable wearing. We'll move on to T-Turtle. Now, I didn't buy any shirts from T-Turtle, but we did buy, they've in the last number of years really branched out into games. And we have at least most of the expansions for Unstable Unicorns. You can find a lot of T-Turtle games now actually like at Target. And I think it's in Barnes & Noble as well. But you get them at the convention. Sometimes they're a little bit cheaper. Sometimes they come with extra things. Sometimes you get things that you just can't get at Target. Like some of the expansions. We picked up, this is the most recent expansion. We're not 100% sure which ones we still have. It's been a number of years since we've bought any Unstable Unicorns. We know we have the original. We know we have Not Safe for Work. But beyond that, we weren't sure. But the gentleman said that this is the most recent expansion. So we definitely aren't going to have that. And that is Nightmares. Don't go into that creepy house. Or do. We can't tell you what to do. But Stabby the Unicorn might be waiting. And then the Christmas Special Pack. The advantage of the show being so early in the year is that sometimes booths that have Christmas exclusive stuff will have leftovers because they never have the holiday stuff in time for the summer show. So sometimes January is the only time to get it. And yes, we picked up the Christmas Special Expansion Pack. And it doesn't say anything on the back about it, but it's a holiday themed expansion. And they included a convention promo card, the Sugar Raid Unicorn. So that's a nice little thing you only get there at the conventions. So if you see them at a convention, maybe go check that out. But that's not all we bought. We went back another day and picked up one. This is actually one I've been looking at for a while, like at Target and Barnes & Noble before. And that is Here to Slay. And this game is supposed to be a strategic role-playing fantasy card game from the creators of Unstable Unicorns. In this game, you'll assemble a party of heroes, slay dangerous monsters while sabotaging your friends' enemies. brace yourself for a fast-paced, adorable, and utterly destructive adventure. So I picked up the base game of that. I think that was 20. And then we picked up basically all the expansion. They add new player classes into it. We have warriors and druids, berserkers and necromancers, and of course, since they didn't actually have any on display when we went up there, but he put them out while we were standing there. I guess like he found he had a box of them still under there, and just put them out because I guess we were buying some. We picked up the Here to Slay, S-L-E-I-G-H, Christmas expansion, which describes itself as 2 new card types, 4 holiday overlay cards, give your party leaders new effects and brand new win conditions to add to the holiday fun. And much like with Unstable Unicorns, there was also a convention promo card, an exclusive team leader called the Elusive Trickster. So I think it was 50, maybe 60 for all of this, for all the Here to Slay stuff. Which, given that I think that game is 25 to 30 at Target, that's a pretty good deal. Plus, I don't think I've ever seen the expansions anywhere. I don't think I've seen them like at the bookstore or Target or anything. I think pretty much only expansions Target tends to have is for Cards Against Humanity. All right, so I mentioned at the beginning that I did buy some figures and that they were not anime figures. Let's clear some space so we have room for them. But they're ones that I've actually been looking for a while. They are Marvel Legends figures. And they are from the What If series. And the last two that I needed, because for the first time in all the years of Marvel doing the What If Build-A-Figure collections, this is the first time I've actually wanted to build the figure. And it is from What If, it's the Watcher figure. And also, I don't mind, they're all characters that I liked. So, except of course, the fact that Zombie Captain America, from What If, does not come with a Build-A-Figure piece. Who does? Sylvie from Loki, not from What If. What If adjacent, certainly, but she's not part of that collection, which is, I know something that they've done with every one of these Build-A-Figure series. The coolest figure, the one that like everybody wants, because I have a few different figures like that, the coolest one doesn't have a Build-A-Figure piece, but instead they'll put in Marvel's Leapfrog or Marvel's guy with a hot dog, and who's not even from the series that collection is based on, or movie or whatever, and they'll put a piece in with that per character. And they've done it again here by giving a piece to Sylvie, who's not from What If, and nothing to Captain America, because who doesn't want Zombie Captain America? This is the one I've actually been looking for like the hardest. I've not seen it on shelves, I think since shortly after the series came out initially, and that is Zombie Hunter Spidey, and he comes with, I believe, the torso? Spidey comes with part 3, so I guess the dress? I don't know. But he comes with a part of, or maybe it's legs, I have no, looks like, maybe it's a leg, it looks like there's a leg in there. Yeah, I mean, visually not that impressive a figure. It's cool that he does have the cloak with him, but I mean, if he's got a leg, you kind of need him. And I picked this up from the Capitol Books booth. They actually have a bookshop near the convention center. We've never been into it because, frankly, whenever we're down in the area, we're usually there for the convention center, and we don't go a wandering too far. I do want to make a point of going in there and buying some stuff there, because it's like the only local bookstore. We don't have any local bookshops where I am anymore. The closest thing we have to a local bookshop is like half-price books. You get sort of the vibe of a local bookshop in there. But yeah, I did pick up, they had both of these figures, so I did also pick up Sylvie to complete the collection. Now, I don't dislike the Sylvie figure at all. She's not part of What If, hence the fact that she says Loki on the front, but comes with a piece for the What If Build-A-Figure. Of course, wasn't included in the What If series, the Loki series, because I think that series came out before the show came out, and she hadn't actually been revealed as a character yet. So they didn't want to spoil it with the toys, which does frequently happen. But of course, now I need to get a Loki figure, because I don't have anything from the Loki series. So that's, I guess, also a way to get you to try to, if you're a completionist, to get you to buy from the series you otherwise weren't going to buy from. But I did pick them up. Those are the only figures I bought, though. And they are from an actual local store. So I need to go check that store out. They said, the gentleman said that they do have more toys in the store as well. So I do want to make a point at some point of getting in there and looking. Next, let's finish off the smaller things with these. These are those little little crank music boxes in the little laser cut wood casings. We bought, I think, the Star Wars one last summer, and they were back again. They were, I'm sure, featured at least one time in the video. We stopped there a couple times to check things out, and we did buy a couple boxes from them. We picked up this Harry Potter one. It says Hogwarts Alumni. They had a couple different Harry Potter ones. The thing that was nice is when you open up those, it has the platform 9 3/4 inside of it. And so I had a better inside than some of these. Some of these like put color pictures in there. It just doesn't work well. I don't think anyways. It looks just kind of off. But here is our Harry Potter. See if we can get some of that on the mic. So I know that Harry Potter is kind of a complicated subject for some people now, and I understand that. But I feel confident that this is not an officially licensed product and that a certain somebody receives no money for it. We also picked up visually, I think, much more interesting, although maybe not specifically reminiscent of what it's from, picked up the Lord of the Rings box. Again, they had a couple different versions of this as well, but this one looked the nicest. Let's see if we get some of the sound on that. Yep, those are very nice. They're like $10 each. I mean, I'm sure they're super cheap to make, especially in the quantities that they're made in. I have no belief that the booth that we bought them from is making them themselves. I'm sure they're ordering them from somewhere, but they're cute, nice little music boxes. And you don't get a lot of music boxes anymore, so that's a nice thing. Okay, so we're getting near the end now, and this has been like a marathon, like feature-length video probably when it's all edited. But we are getting near the end now. The next two items are both my wife's, and there are a couple little statues. We've picked up the Fluffy Puffy Snow Seas. This one's actually sealed. And they were featured there with Olaf, but I'm thinking it's just going to be the little snowball people in here. Oh, it's taped on that side too. Trying not to wreck the box too much. But these would be, oh, there's more on this side too. These would be cute to put out, I think, at the holidays. We have some Olaf stuff they could go with. Let's pop them out. And they don't want to come out. All right, here we go, our little snow seas. And so yeah, Olaf is not included, which I'm not sure we understood that when we bought them, but that's because he's on the box. But I guess if looking at the front, it is just the little snowball guys, but they are really cute. I think this was only like 10 or 15 bucks. They were on sale because they had a bunch of them. I'm not taking them out of the plastic. Those are my wife's. I'll let her do that. But yeah, very cute. And they have kind of a neat texture to them. Kind of a little soft. They have like almost a little bit of a flocked feel to them. But yeah, they're definitely interesting little guys. And like I said, they'll probably end up as Christmas display items because that is where they would make the most sense. And from the same booth, it's that one that has, I would say the one that has all the little statues, but the one that has like all the little like cue poskets and stuff, which is only like really one that has a bunch of them. She picked up a Q Posket of Alice. We have a couple Q Poskets around the house. This was the last one they had. And she was $40, as you can see from the price tag still on her. And she was actually already assembled at the booth, so I don't feel bad about taking her out and putting her back together, because I'm not, it was already open when we bought it. But yeah, Q Poskets are cute. They sell a lot of these things at the mall. They have a Box Lunch sometimes has them. And we found that Arden has a new-ish shop called like Hi Mochi, which has a bunch of Q Poskets, but they didn't have this one. They didn't have any Disney ones when we popped in there. Up it's Alice. She's got the little drink me bottle. It says Q Posket on the base. But they're very nicely sculpted. Nice designs, kind of that big head. Almost, you know, kind of in the same kind of range as Nendoroids or Funko Pops, but much more expressive eyes than a Funko Pop to be certain. But she was the last one of those they had, so we snagged her up. And just to be clear, the box says this is Alice Thinking Time, so there is that. Right, next window category we don't normally buy from, and that is drinkware. We went on the first day to Lindsay M. Dillon's booth, and I picked up something, and then went back on the second day, and my wife picked up something too. Here we go, that's the front of the bag. And one thing I liked about the way she packaged things is she has that, there's something else in this bag? Oh, there is. We'll get to that in a minute. I had forgotten about that. I like that she uses that packaging like Disneyland used to use this stuff, where it's a combination, it's like a big roll of it, it's a combination of tissue and this kind of, not honeycomb, but this just nice extra packaging that keeps things safe. And I picked myself up a coffee mug of +3 intelligence, +1 strength, and +5 constitution. It's got a very nice kind of almost metallic finish to it. And these of course are all handmade, so everyone has its own little uniquenesses and imperfections. I liked this one largely because I liked the way the handle looked. The other ones, the handle had like this has a good place to like rest your thumb, and the other ones had kind of like a dent up there. And yeah, we liked it so much that we went back the next day, and my wife picked out one of her own. Now they did still have the shiny ones, but she liked the matte look better, so she went with this one. What I really liked, and they didn't have a ton of, well, they had some goblet style ones, which were really nice. I don't know how much of it is going to be in the video, because I haven't edited yet. But they're basically like the same size mug. The mouth on this one's actually a little bit bigger. But same style, just this one's kind of in a matte finish, not the metallic finish. A little lighter on there, because again, each one is unique, but she has like Harry Potter ones, she has Skyrim ones, she had Lord of the Rings stuff. It was a nice one, and by the third day, a lot of it was gone. So I'm guessing she had a decent weekend. Now, are we going to use these? I don't know. I mean, they'd be good to use while playing games. They certainly are big. I'm pretty sure this one certainly is bigger than my everyday mug, which does hold like 3 cups worth of coffee. This one probably is too. I may at some point have to measure and see if these hold the same amount of liquid or not, because this one clearly does have a wider mouth. What are the bases like? But a narrower base, so it may even out. Interesting. So next, actually something I should have done at the very beginning of the video with the small stuff. It's something I bought because I'm pretty sure this is what was featured in the Ashen's Nerd Cubed Advent Calendar this year, and that is the Decision Coin. Now, I'm reasonably sure this is the same one, because I remember them making the joke about the eyes on the hands. I could have gone back, I suppose, and verified it by watching those videos again, but I don't remember which day it was, and I couldn't be bothered. Because I looked it up on Amazon after the video had released, and they wanted like $10 for these. And the booth I got this at wanted 5. I'm guessing because he probably buys them in large quantities. It's that booth that sells like a lot of the steampunk, some Haunted Mansion, a lot of Fallout stuff. Oh yeah, he had a tray of them. Again, I'm pretty sure this yes or no coin is the exact one, or at least, the exact type as from the Ashen's and Nerd Cubed videos. We have a nice little kind of death-looking character on the back there for no, and two hands with very, like, Guillermo del Toro eyes on them on the front for yes. This would have been useful when doing my own advent calendar, because I could have done this for, like, yes for Jack Daniels and no for the other one. And maybe that's what we'll keep it for next year if I do, like, 2 12-day calendars instead of a 24. We'll hang on to that and have that as our decision maker. All right, our last two things. We're down to the last two things, and they're both blind bag. This one I picked up stuff from before. It's from Kobold's Keep. I've bought games, and I bought, like, all the blind bag dice I bought have been from them. And it's another Foam Brain Games Mystery Loot blind bag. They were $10. You get a full set of RPG dice and 1 metal die. And they had a different one the first time I bought from them, which I think was last spring, which I really liked. They had, like, collections, but they don't have those anymore. They also had, from Foam Brain, though, they had some that came with pins. They called them miniatures. And they had, like, one on display. There was, like, one that was not a blind bag one. I didn't care for the pin all that much, so I went with this one instead to get the dice. I've taken a liking to dice. I don't really play anything that justifies having all these sets of RPG dice, but... And so here's our metal die. It's a little blue glittery D6. That's nice. I don't remember what I got last time. I think it was a D20, though. Probably not blue, so it's probably not a matching set. But a nice little blind bag item. Let's take it out and give it a roll. To be careful to not break our ceramic mugs, having not actually used them yet. Oh, it's not a D6, is it? It's a D8. Because there's 4 on each side. So, yeah, not bad. I got a 1, though, so that's not great. But what is my actual set? I got some purple ones. Oh, I'm pretty sure they're different than what I got last time. I mean, it's only the second bag I've bought. It would be bad to get duplicates on only buying 2, although it happens. It happens with, like, Lego minifigures. But we got a full set of gaming dice here. Not the nicest dice in the world, of course. They're just plastic. But, you know, certainly what you need to play yourselves some games. You got D20 on down to D4. Yeah, D4. Because I guess, you know, what would a D3 even look like? They must exist, though, right? There must be D3s. Anyways. Yep, those are my dice. Lovely little purple, kind of a swirly effect in the plastic. I don't know how, like, balanced they are. I don't know if you'd want to, like, actually game with them. But they're cool. I need to get, like, a dice collection box at some point to display them all in. But now finally, that does bring us at long last to the end of the video, which means it's time to look at the mystery bag. So, I feel like I may not have bought from the best possible booth. There was another one I saw I picked my bag up on the second day, just so we wouldn't have to worry about it on the third day. And I do feel like there was another booth that had a little bit cheaper that probably is going to have more stuff in it. However, this one, at least I know roughly what's in it. It's not sealed or anything. I could have looked. I haven't looked. But the sign on the outside of it said it's for Tokyo Revengers. And as I mentioned earlier in this portion of the video, there's a bunch of more recent stuff that I haven't watched. So it's fairly rare to find one that I have. Like, a Spy Family would have been a good one. I would have absolutely bought a Spy Family bag. But Tokyo Revengers is a series I watched, I enjoyed. I would like to see, you know, a continuation of. And of course, it's a little weird. It's a little weird, and something we're going to definitely have a risk of here, in that if you see it, like, uncensored for U.S. audiences, it prominently features swastikas, not faced in the Nazi direction, but all the same. That's why if you watch the Americanized version of it, I think it was on HBO Max that I watched it on, the gang's flag is just largely black, just solid black, because the original version of it has a big swastika on the center of it, and they just black that out for us because I think they understand that most Americans are not going to make a distinction that the swastika is facing the other direction, and you don't want to promote your show as people mistakenly thinking that your protagonist is a Nazi. But yeah, I picked up the Tokyo Revenger bag. I'm thinking it's just going to be just a statue, no extra things. I saw him bagging up other ones, like replacing the Sailor Moon one, by just grabbing a Sailor Moon statue off the shelf and putting it in a bag and putting it back out on the table. So I'm thinking it's just going to be just one statue, no extra things. But that's fine. At least it's going to be from a show that I'm aware of, and one that I definitely don't have anything of. Like, they had the Evangelion bag again, but I've already got 2 Asuka statues. I don't need a third one, and I'm pretty sure that's just what I would get. I wouldn't get like a Rei or anything. I would get that same Asuka again. But let's finish out the video, stop delaying, open up the last thing, the mystery bag. And oh no, there is something else in there. There's one other little thing. It's a little tiny, I'm gonna guess Dragon Ball from the hair, little keychain guy. So see, I was wrong. It wasn't just the one thing. We got the little Dragon Ball guy too. I don't watch Dragon Ball. But here is our Tokyo Revenger statue. And that's the gang leader, right? What's his name? He's the leader at Mikey, right? Mikey. Yeah, I think Mikey. It doesn't say anywhere on here, does it? Actual size, color, style, decorations may vary, so the item may look nothing like the picture. That's good. Do we have one of those Bandai statues? And no, it doesn't. I think he's Mikey. Let's open up, put him together, because he's mine, so I have no problem actually putting him together. Let's get him out, because I'm sure he'll be in like at least 3 pieces. So I've cut all the tape. It's still not opening. There we go. I don't know why I'm worried about damaging the box. It's not exactly like a high-end collectible, is it? All right, we've got his cape, stand, and the rest of him. All right, should be easy to put together. Gotta get everything out of the bags. I don't really understand why. I mean, that couldn't have just come pre-assembled. Maybe it's a cultural thing. Maybe it's like you feel like you've done something by putting the head on him. You've like built a thing. Okay, how does that go? No, it seems like it must go this way, because those are going to fit into the bottom of the shoes. But oh, you have to squeeze the legs a little bit to get him onto a stand. Then we just need his artfully shaped jacket, which does thankfully not have any swastikas on it. Just clip that on there, much like the zombie Spider-Man does with the... Oh, I guess because that's why, because you put that on before you put the head on. There we go. There's our Mikey statue. And that does finish us off for SacAnime Winter 2023. If you went, I hope you had a good time. I do want to give a thank you to all the cosplayers. Let me take a video of them, and all the cosplayers that gave me a hello potato for the start of the video. And it was enjoyable. I will, of course, go to the spring show. We have our tickets to the summer show already. Didn't buy tickets for the spring show yet. I'll just probably buy those online as that gets closer and I figure out, like, solidify what the plans are. Do we need to go for 3 days? Well, I guess online is just for all 3 days, isn't it? But I didn't buy them this time. I just bought for summer, because definitely we will go to summer, you know, provided things don't go like really poorly, I guess. I mean, there's always a chance, right? But that is our SacAnime haul. And that, of course, is the end of the SacAnime video. I hope you found it all interesting or entertaining. If you did, go ahead, give it a like, subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching, and I hope I will see you at the next SacAnime and in the next video.